In today's lecture, we're going to talk about subdomains. Subdomains, we've seen them everywhere. For example, they come in as subdomain.target.com. So, for example, you'd have beta.facebook.com, you'd have mobile.facebook.com, or you might have user.facebook.com. So, for example, in Google, you have mail.google.com, which basically just takes you to Gmail. Why subdomains are important is a lot of the cases, some websites have subdomains for their own users. For example, for the employees or for certain customers. So they're not advertised unless you're some sort of a VIP customer or if you are an employee. You will not see these subdomains on search engines and you'll just never see a link leading to them. So they might contain vulnerabilities or exploits that will help you gain access to the whole website, but you just never knew about them because they're not advertised. Another thing is, a lot of the big websites, when they're trying to install a new update or add a new feature to the website, they install it in a subdomain. So you'd have beta.facebook.com actually contains a beta version of Facebook which contains still experimental features. Now, experimental features are great because they're still under development and there's a really high chance of finding exploits in them. And this is actually true. Not so long ago, someone was able to brute force the restore password key for any Facebook user and was able to gain access to any Facebook user. And this was only possible through the beta.facebook.com because facebook.com used to check for number of attempts or wrong attempts, and they just didn't implement that security feature in the beta because they just didn't think anyone's going to go there, or for any reason. Like, the beta usually contains more problems than the normal website, so it will be very useful to try and hack into it. So in today's lecture, we'll see how we can find any subdomains that have not been advertised or even the advertised ones. So we'll be able to get subdomains of our target. We're going to use a tool called Knock. The tool is very simple. You don't really need to install it. All you have to do is download it using git command. So the command is going to be git clone, and then you put the URL of the tool, and that's it. It's downloaded now. So I'm going to navigate to it using the cd command, and we'll see that we have the py file here, and I'm going to run it using the command python knock.py, and then I'll put the IP or the website that I want to get the subdomains of, and it's going to be isecurity.org. And this will show you some information about the website first, and then it'll do a brute force and a Google-based subdomain search for iSecurity. So it'll show me any subdomain that iSecurity might have so that I could try and test the security of that subdomain and see what's installed on it. Maybe I'll be able to gain access to the website through that subdomain. Okay, so the scan is complete now. And as you can see, we managed to find 7 subdomains that were not advertised. So one of them is ftp.isecurity.org. isecurity.org, we already know about this. This is just the local subdomain. We can see that the mail server has its own subdomain as well. And we can see a very interesting one here, news.isecurity.org. This actually did contain a beta version of a script that we were working on, a news script. And at the moment now, if you go to it, it's actually converted and it'll just take you to the actual website because the script is out of development. But now, if you go on news.isecurity.org, it'll just tell you that this has been moved to the main website. And then if you click here, you'll go to the main website with the script installed. So if someone was trying to hack into our website and did this, they'll actually see that there is a script under development, and there's a high chance that they would have been able to find a vulnerability in it and gain access to the whole website. So this just shows you how important information gathering is, again, which can be used to really gain access to websites. Or if you don't do it, you'd be missing a lot of things. For example, you might be missing a whole script with a whole number of vulnerabilities, or you could be missing an admin login page, or an employee login page, which is used for admins or employees to log in.